Chapter 24. Agreed. Breakfast. Yoon POV. Scanning every example from I don't know how many books, I slammed the one in my hand on the table, huffing annoyingly. First that kiss, and now this question. Why all Kims in the world are determined to make my life tougher than it is. I thought studying a bit would relax my mind and bring me out of the tug of war between my mind and heart. I can still hear the echo of my thumping heart when those hot lips tried to tell me something I don't know how to understand, my stomach waving like the tides of the sea whenever I remember his eyes coded in the words I was unable to read. He says everything Yoon, just language is different. Today I understood those words, but also realized I don't know that language. But are you going to learn that language for the person who destroyed your life? Who snatched the last ray of light from your life? Are you forgiving him, Yoon? Are you loving him? Are you betraying Kai? Shaking my head, I kept my hand on my heart, absorbing every beat, feeling every pump, hearing every thud as it reminded me of the reason for its beats, the name which it voiced with every beat. What did you hear? The soft voice of Kai licked my ears as his hand caressed my hair, untangling them while I was in his arms, soaking in the warmth weather can't give me. Last week was the first time he hugged me well, not a hug, but back-hugged me while blowing the hot air on my cold hand when I lost my coat in the cold evening. Last week, he let me know there is something warmer than my fur blanket, and that's his heart, as the body can't produce the amount of warmth to make my cheeks burn too. Your heartbeat, I whispered, keeping my ear to his heart, which was racing the moment I came into his arms. No, he said, untangling another knot of my hair, making sure it didn't break in the process. Listen more carefully. I smiled, closing my eyes. I tried to hear something other than my heartbeat echoing in my ear. It's been a week. Still, my heart is as furious as his whenever I accept his embrace. What is it? I backed away, looking at his smiling cheeks. He put the comb on the side wall of the balcony as softly as he combed my hair. Caressing my hair, his eyes met mine, having warmth not even the sun can produce. What is it I am unable to hear? Grabbing my hand, he brought me back to the room, letting me sit on the warm, cozy couch, and he knelt down on his knee, still holding my hands as softly as a petal. You are beating in it, Yun. He smiled painfully, knowing I still struggle with those feelings, still scared of shattering into those pieces when I was unable to mend them completely till now. You just need to accept it. He whispered as my eyes brimmed, seeing his pain, his efforts, his sacrifice for me. Shaking his head, he kept my hand on his chest above the racing organ. It's taking your name with every beat. Taking a deep breath, he looked at me, like assuring his words are mending me rather than breaking me even more. It found its owner and is just waiting for her to claim it. You gave me your heart and took mine. You're really a businessman, I whispered to myself, looking at all the books on the table which don't show any value to love, sacrifice, and loyalty. Taking my hand back from the heart, which is squeezing painfully, I caress the book, wishing there could be an account of my emotions so I can find out if I am in profit or loss, to know how much debt of love I have from Kai, which became bad debts as I am not allowed to return it. Covering my face with my hands, I took deep breaths to swallow back my tears, mustering up the courage to expose my face. I can't break down right now. I have to complete my leftover work, otherwise I will be doomed tomorrow. Joon Oppa isn't someone who will let it slide, and I am not eager to know how his dark side will be. He is the calmest and most composed Kim I've met till now, or at least that's what I think, and I don't want to ruin that image of his. At least there is one person in this family who doesn't scare me to death. Well, Jihyun Oppa was also nice, but the incident from the first meeting still has some impact on me. That dark aura, those deadly glares, the threat to give me the worst death, everything in him shouts how serious he was, that he wouldn't have thought for once before reaping soul from my body. I still have no idea what happened to him that day. A girl baking in Kim's mansion is such a big thing that they are eager to kill her. Did they kill someone before? How many girls died before I came here? I shivered with the images of innocent and beautiful women spread over the floor of the mansion, pale, motionless, dead. Death, the ultimate freedom. Freedom from every emotion, every loss. Freedom from memories and past. Freedom from pain and fear. Freedom which once I used to crave. Shoving away the thought, I picked up the book, determined to get out of the web of thoughts, but honestly, it's the only reason I was in it. My mind isn't eager to find solutions for a few bucks. Today it wanted to find solutions to what I am feeling, that how I am betraying Kai by remembering the kiss a few hours ago. How I am breaking the promise of love by letting my heart race from the memories of his soft lips transferring love wordlessly. How much I wanted to erase a few hours of this day just like I wanted to erase him from my life. But no matter how much I stare at the books, no matter how much I flip the pages and glare at the words, my mind is unable to understand it today. No matter how much I lie to myself that he was the biggest mistake of my life. That Kim Taewang means nothing to me, and I would love to forget every speck of his existence. That kiss started something I am afraid will kill me from self-hatred. That kiss wasn't just noticed by my body and mind, but by my heart too. It unlocked a door I never knew was there, and I am afraid of what will happen if he successfully opened it. How am I gonna survive the torture my heart and mind will give? Releasing another disappointed breath, I pushed the books aside, putting my head on the table and traded the vintage library to darkness. Maybe a nap will help me enough to solve this question before tomorrow's lecture. Tightly closing my eyes, I tried my best to not think about today, to not think about him, about his words and actions. But somehow my mind is showing everything about him. My memory is eager to make me realize how little control I have over it. Opening my eyes, I rubbed them, feeling frustrated. The attempt at sleeping made it worse. I don't know how much time flew by, but I lived the last 2 months in this time, and the worst part is I only saw him. Taewang. Every day, every second, every moment I relived it. Every care he showed towards me, every word which expressed his love for me, I felt it again. Every torture, every pain I bore again. It felt like there was nothing in those 2 months. Nothing but his gifts which I returned. Nothing but his understanding which I lost. Nothing but his love which I refused in the worst possible way. The room is filled with my regret and past memories as my eyes refuse to release the agony my heart is feeling. Heavy breaths, a thumping heart, and the ticking of the clock are the only sounds, with strong footsteps around the room which is filled with knowledge, stories, and experience, but can't solve the question my heart is asking today. Wait, footsteps? I looked at the gate to see the only person whom I failed to throw out of my mind from the moment he left my heart and mind battling for I don't know what. Taewang is coming towards me with a bright smile on his face. His usual companion, as darkness is replaced by his bright and flighty aura. Something which I can feel from meters of distance. I balled my hand to not caress heart that is eager to break the ribcage and come into my hand because of the presence of a person whose memories are torturing me for hours. "Good evening, baby girl," he said, taking a seat beside me. I nodded, not trusting myself enough to open my mouth. Today, the way everything is favoring him, I don't want to say anything stupid. "Are you okay? You are looking tired." He cupped my face, forcing me to see his concerned eyes. Gulping hard, I backed away from his grip, making him frown. I hope I didn't make him angry. "Yeah, how are you?" I said, hiding my shivering voice. "How was your meeting?" His hand sought my cheeks again, but this time his hold was soft, but unbreakable. How can anything go wrong when I have wishes of my lady luck? He pecked my forehead, and another second I was in his arms. "You are the best thing ever happened to me." He tightened his grip as my heart rate exploded, increasing the chance of my heart attack even more. I wish I could just die now. At least I don't have to figure out what I actually want. So I don't have to be on the battleground where my emotions and rationality are fighting for weeks now, not letting me make any decision. Neither I can completely hate him, nor I can love him. And you know what? Joon Hyung was so shocked by my performance, he even praised me in front of everyone. He broke the hug and told me like a small kid who is praised by his teacher. He looked so happy. His eyes were shining with innocence. Looking at his genuine smile, my heart swelled with happiness as, unknowingly, I started smiling too. He said, "Now he is sure I won't end up becoming insolvent." He giggled before continuing. And Joon Hyung was so proud of me. Holding my hands, he pecked them. "It's all because of you, my queen." His slim, exciting tone thickened with love and possessiveness. I shivered when his eyes darkened with passion. something which I will never be able to return back to anybody, except the love of my life. Pulling out my hands, I whispered softly. It's because of your hard work. I did nothing in that. I tried to make him see rationality, being afraid that if he started believing me as his luck, it would be even harder for me to convince him. Hate can dilute with time, but love increases with it. And as much as I wanted to live my life peacefully, I can't let him revive the emotion of love. Shaking his head with the biggest smile, he said, "You came into my life. That's what you did. You don't have to do anything else. Your existence is enough to make it beautiful." He pecked my cheeks before backing away. My heart pounded against my rib cage as my breath stopped, not knowing what to answer him. "Taewang, you are not understanding. Luck is a myth and a king shouldn't believe in irrational things." My voice was coated in frustration at not being able to make him understand. Of not being able to confess to him that no matter what he feels for me or what he will do for me, I will never be able to return it back. That he can't get a place in my heart because my heart doesn't belong to me anymore. It was stolen years ago we met, and nobody can do anything about it now. And Queen should not consider her king's love a superstition. His eyes darkened at hearing my words as his smile vanished like it was never there. He held my sweaty hand as I dared myself to not pull back, not to make things even worse. Placing my hand on his chest, where his heart is pumping the blood in merciless speed. I fisted my other hand as the fear of uncertainty is seizing my courage. I held myself from flinching when, out of nowhere, his other hand cupped my cheek, forcing me to confront his dark eyes. Pressing my hand upon his heart, he said, "I never knew I had a heart until you started beating in it." My soul shivered hearing his tone, which leaves no space for argument. "It is beating for you, keeping me alive because you are here, and if you leave it, leave me. It will die." His eyes moistened as he swallowed hard to say something that is as hard for him to blurt out as hard for me to absorb and keep in mind. And why a heartless king worse than a selfish one? My body shuddered under the memories of him reciting the story of the cruelest ruler of Kim's, the ruler who was betrayed by the last person he could ever imagine, turning the soft and kind ruler into the monster who was eager to burn the whole country with the flames of fire inside his heart. My heart halted its beats as the thought of having a ruler like that seized my heart with terror. Why my queen? Taewang's grip brought me back from the worst era of our country. His gaze pinned me in place as his thumb softly caressed my cheeks. Because I lubricated my throat to bring those words out. Because a selfish king wants everything. His lips faintly smiled, knowing I remembered his lessons. But a heartless one wants to destroy everything. I released a heavy breath after blurting those immoral words. My chest felt heavy even with the thoughts of people suffering like that. And you don't want me to be one, right? You don't want to be the reason for everyone's suffering. My eyes welled up from his words. If anything like this happened, then I would never be able to forgive myself. My soul is suffocating even with the thought of it. Shaking my head while swallowing the tears, I looked at him, accepting him to read my eyes as I am too tired for words. Pecking my palm, he again placed it on the organ which he is giving me without even asking if I want it or not. "It's yours, my queen, accept it, claim it. It's best for everyone." Connecting his forehead with mine, he stares at me with dark affection. A combination I never thought was possible. Love was always the light of my life. I never imagined it could be dark too. His words feel so similar, but so different at the same time. It's the same offer I got years ago from Kai, who successfully convinced me to have his heart, to make me feel pure when I am not, to make me believe I deserve it when all I deserve is hate. But the person in front of me is commanding me to accept it, threatening me with the outcomes if I refused it. It's not easy, Taewang. I pulled back my hand from his hold, not sure if I should voice my thoughts or not. I need some time. I understand. Placing his free hand on my cheeks, he kissed my forehead, reminding me of the warmth of forehead kisses. Take all the time you want. I looked at his eyes, which were sharing the same moisture my eyes hold, showing how hard it is for him to accept that his love loves someone else. I never believed this moment would come, but when I am living it, I don't want to destroy it with my impatience. Freeing my face, he picked up my hands, softly caressing the knuckles as a small smile again appeared on his face. "I brought you here to rule. not to be imprisoned. I looked at him, not knowing how to respond, as all I feel is the urge to run away from him. All I want is to forget him. But you have to accept you are a queen. Kissing my knuckle softly, he backed away, making a proper distance so I could breathe again. I looked at him with a frown as a chuckle left from his mouth. After living with me for almost a month, you know I won't eat humans, right? Huh. My frown deepened, not understanding his intention behind those words. Wrapping his hands around my waist, in a swift move he pulled me towards him, making us settle in the middle of the bench as my hand was on his chest, but too shocked to even push him. Don't try to run, baby, because I will find you from any corner of this world. Whispering near my ear, he shifted a bit farther. In a way, I am glad he is understanding my discomfort with skinship and giving me time, while on the other hand, I am not sure if this will turn out well or not. Every time when Taewang has been too sweet indicates he is going to make me taste the sourest thing. And one of the worst things about the past is it loves to repeat. Why did you do that? I asked when I noticed him staring at me all this time when my mind was messing around. His head was on his hand as his dark brown eyes shone with love I refused to accept. You would have fallen down after a shift, he said, still smiling like a lovesick person as his soft gaze was only on me. By the way, what my dear wife was doing here at this hour? I sighed disappointedly, remembering that I was not struggling with problems of feeling only, but unable to solve problems relating to numbers. Pulling the copy, which was forcing me to doubt my knowledge, I showed it to him. I was trying to solve this question. His eyes landed on the question as he snatched the copy from my hand, examining the question like he was the genius who invented this problem. Keeping it back, he sighed heavily as if tons of weight were on his chest, crushing him beneath it. I see Hyung isn't sparing you either. I knitted my brows, not knowing what this should mean. This is the problem arises few weeks ago in the company. So isn't there a solution? My voice couldn't hide the hope I had for him. There is. He paused as a smirk appeared on his face. But what will I get in return for your solution? Nothing, I said, irritated by how everyone is ready to make me struggle a bit more. Now he wanted something in return for just a question. Can't he just help me selflessly? Fine, then face angry Hyung tomorrow. I know you'll enjoy it. He shrugged. My heart dropped hearing his words. Images of angry Taewang and Jin Appa appeared in front of my eyes. No, I don't want to see his dark side too. It will be too much for me. I know one day I will see that too, but I need some time. Time to accept that the family I am living with isn't a normal happy family, but the most feared lineage of the country. Shaking my head with the terrible thought of confronting angry Jun Appa, I looked at the devil sitting in front of me, smiling innocently. What do you want? I said. He smiled more brightly like a small child. Breakfast from your hand. I looked at him, gulping hard. I still remember the night when I failed to serve him the cake. It was one of the most terrible nights in this place. Don't worry, I will eat whatever my queen will cook for me with her beautiful hands. I nodded hesitantly, not sure if it was a good idea. Deal then? He asked, stretching out his hand like a pure businessman. Not having any other choice, I slipped my hand in his, murmuring slowly. Deal.
Author POV. Love can't be demanded, we have to achieve it. Like we can't force air to flow in the direction we want, we can't force someone to feel the way we want. But will Taewang be able to understand that most destructive powers are also forced to kneel in front of the biggest power called love? Something which isn't in anyone's control, but everyone is controlled by it. What do you all think?